Welcome to TNT Sports Network, where it's all sports, all the time. I'm Tom, and thanks for joining me today. Week 1 in the NFL in the books. Week 2 starting now. So here we go. We're gonna have. I didn't get to do this for Week 1, but we're doing it starting Week 2. We have the Picks Against the Spread show, hosted by me, where I give the picks and probably don't tell my picks because I'm probably not going to be great. But we're going to get right into it. The marquee Thursday night game of the week, Giants at the Washington football team. Right now, the spread is Washington minus 3.5. It's right on because Washington's starting Taylor Heineke this week. And then I'm huge on Washington. I think Antonio Gibson has a great chance to go over his rushing or his receiving prop. Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas, both monsters. Though the Giants' pass defense is still really good, I still like that. And the Giants, they still have Danny Dimes quarterbacking them, and he's just a turnover machine. And this Washington defense is going to hunt him down, especially Chase Young. So honestly, give me Washington minus 3.5. Book it, baby. Next up, now we move on to Sunday. We have the Saints at the Panthers. I was not expecting the Saints. No one was expecting the Saints to give the onslaught to the Packers that they did. Jameis throwing for 5 touchdowns. The Panthers looked okay against the Jets. I mean, it was the Jets. Nothing great there. Sam looked good at times, and then had a couple of bad throws. They missed because Christian McCaffrey so much. He's gonna die from the workload that he gets this year. Spread we have is Saints minus 3.5. And that's a tough one. I'm going to go Saints laying the points. I think Saints minus 3.5. So far we're going with the 2 favorites. Next up, we have the Bengals at the Bears. Now, the Bengals somehow miraculously beat the Vikings last week. The Vikings defense did not look good. And now we have the Andy Dalton revenge game against the Bengals. Bears are 2.5-point favorites. Give me the Bengals. Give me the points. Bengals plus 2.5. Give me the Bengals on the money line. You can get the money line as I'm looking right here. Plus 125 on the money line. Give me everything Bengals. I think the Bengals will shellac the Bears. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. Next up, we have the Texans and the Browns. The Texans with a dominating Week 1 win against the Jaguars. No one saw it coming, especially not me, because all my DraftKings lineups, I went with the Jaguars defense and got me a solid -3 points. The spread in this is large. It's Browns minus 12.5. Honestly, you can give me Browns like minus 20 and I'll take it. I think the Browns will destroy the Texans. I think it'll be like a 38-7 game. Nick Chubb will be eaten. Kareem Hunt will be eaten. No Odell Beckham. I don't care. It's the Texans. They still stink. I don't care what you say from last week. Give me the Browns minus 12.5. Next, we have the Rams at the Colts. Now, this one's tricky because I love the Rams. I think the Rams win it outright. The Colts did not look very good against the Seahawks in Week 1. The Rams look fantastic. Carson Wentz may not be good anymore. The Rams will be good. I really don't want to take another favorite, but honestly, give me the Rams minus 3.5. The Rams win this by a touchdown. They win it. I say 28-17. They win it. Give me the Rams. I need to figure out ways to not take the favorites for every game. But, I like some of the lines. What can I say? Next up, we have the Broncos at the Jaguars. Like we said, the Jaguars stink. They lost to the Texans. I'm angry at them. I'm going to hold a grudge against them. The Broncos look good against the Giants. Teddy Bridgewater looking good. They lost Jerry Jeudy to a high ankle sprain, but Tim Patrick will fill in. They have KJ Hamler, and they have hopefully more involved Courtland Sutton, which would be fantastic. I gotta go with the favorite. I'm going Broncos minus 6. We've taken one underdog so far. We're gonna find a way to take more underdogs, I swear. Okay, Bills at the Dolphins. Bills 3.5-point favorites. Here we go. That's where we're gonna take it. I think the Dolphins defense is good enough to contain Josh Allen. Josh Allen did not look good Week 1 against the Steelers. Dolphins barely beat Mac Jones, but they won. It counts. Getting 3.5. Give me the Dolphins. I think they lose by a field goal, so I'm only giving myself a 0.5 point leeway here. But give me the Dolphins plus 3.5. There we go. We've taken 2 underdogs now. Next up, we have the Patriots heading down I-95 to take on the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. The Jets did not look good in the first half. Their offensive line looked maybe the worst offensive line I've ever seen. Zach Wilson will look much improved in the second half. Corey Davis is going to be out there. He's going to get 1,000 balls this season. But Bill Belichick, with the way he schemes up defenses, knowing that Mekhi Becton's now out like 4 to 6 weeks, and how bad that offensive line looks, you give me the Patriots -6, and I think it's all going to be on the strength of the fact that they might even score like 2 fumble recovery touchdowns and cover the spread. 49ers, Eagles, this is shocking to me. I guess because San Francisco has to go all the way out east of Philly. San Francisco -3 against the Eagles. You know what? We're going to do it. I love how Jalen Hurts looked. Now, the 49ers defense, a little bit more difficult to score on than the Falcons defense, but we're going to go Eagles +3, Eagles money line. You can parlay that with the Bengals money line. Eagles money line at +150. Don't do that, but I like the Eagles outright to win this game. Next up, we have the Raiders versus the Steelers. We're going to go don't get me wrong, the Raiders with an incredible Monday Night Victory win. Incredible. That game was insane, back and forth the whole time. The touchdown, not touchdown for the Raiders, then throwing the pick in the end zone, then the strip sack on Lamar Jackson, then the cover 0 for the Ravens, and then that's how that game went. It was insane. It was incredible. There's going to be a hangover. Give me the Steelers -5.5. They are going to beat the snot out of the Raiders because the Raiders are going to be so flying high from that Monday night win that they ain't even going to bother showing up to Pittsburgh. Next, we move to the 4 o'clock game. So after we've all digested all the 1 o'clock games, we're full, we're tired, we get the 4 o'clock. Vikings Cardinals. The Vikings defense looked terrible week 1 against the Bengals. The Cardinals offense looked unstoppable week 1 against the Titans. So when we have this type of matchup, we have to go the Cardinals -3.5. This team could be Super Bowl bound if Kyler Murray stays healthy all year. The weapons they have on offense, I mean, Christian Kirk looked fantastic. DeAndre Hopkins looked like DeAndre Hopkins. Rondale Moore looked good. Chase Edmonds looked good. This Cardinals team is high-flying, and they will put up like a 50 spot on the Vikings the way they play defense against the Bengals. Also, would probably like the over. The over is, for this game, 50.5. We pounding that over, baby. We pounding it like we pounding meat. Next up, we have the Falcons versus the Bucks. Falcons are going to Falcon. Bucks are going to Buck. Bucks beat the Cowboys in a game everyone watched on Thursday Night Football to start the season. Fantastic game. Amazing game. Falcons look great on their first drive against the Eagles, and then I don't know if they score points the rest of the game. So the spread is 12.5. And you know what? The NFC South in-division rivals, we take in the Falcons plus 12.5. I think they'll lose like 31-21. I think this is a great spot to take an underdog, and we going with it. We going with the Falcons plus 12.5, baby. All right, next up we have, for me, the marquee game of the week. I'm so excited. I will have so much DraftKings lineup invested in this game. Cowboys going to the Chargers. We have that high-flying Cowboys offense of Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, hopefully. No Michael Gallup, but I still total faith in the Cowboys offense. Going down to LA to verse Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler and maybe hopefully healthy Mike Williams. This is going to be a game. This is going to be a game with a lot of points. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Ooh, I'm so ready for it. We have the Chargers -3.5, which I didn't think the Chargers were going to be favored. And I was all set to ready to bet the house on the Chargers, but now I kind of like the Cowboys getting that 3.5 because I think it'll be a field goal game. So give me the Cowboys plus 3.5 and bang that over, which is going to be 55. That's a large over. You know, I'm committed to it. 55, we going over, baby. We going over. It's going to be like a 31-27 game. Okay, next up we have the Titans Seahawks. Seahawks looked amazing against the Colts. They were running a whole new offense with like putting Lockett in motion and lining people up all different places. They look good. They look like a Seahawks offense again. Titans looked as bad as you can look. They had to be the biggest disappointment week 1. But the Titans are better than that. They have to be. I'm gonna say we taking the Titans plus 5.5. The Titans are too good to be how bad they were against the Cardinals. We taking the Titans plus 5.5, and I would even take the Titans on the money line, which we got a plus 200, 2-1 odds on the Titans to win. Bang, we hammering that one. All right, not last up. Sunday night we have the other game of the week. The Kansas City Chiefs travel to Baltimore to play on the Ravens. This Kansas City came out a little flat against Cleveland, but then immediately turned it on. Immediately, Patrick Mahomes woke up, started throwing it to Tyreek Hill, started throwing it to Travis Kelce, and they just rolled. They ended up beating the Browns. Now they're going to the Ravens, who are just absolutely devastated off their Monday night loss. Now they get to play a Sunday night, another primetime game. All we get is the Chiefs minus 3.5. Oh, man. Last time the Chiefs played the Ravens, they smacked them in that primetime game. Smacked them. Give me the Chiefs minus 3.5 and the over of 55.5. You know, we're going with the under in that game. We're going with the under in that game. Finally, we have the Monday night game to end all Monday night games. You cannot get a better Monday night game. There might not be a better game to watch this season. The Detroit Lions head to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field versus the Green Bay Packers. The Lions somehow, that was satire, by the way. The Lions somehow put a scare into the Niners, which is shocking because I thought that game was over at like halftime. And then the Lions actually really made it a game. And the Packers looked absolutely terrible against the Saints as they lost 38-3. So you know what? This line is large. It's 11.5. We're going to take the Lions plus 11.5. We're going to go for it. I don't know why. I don't have conviction, but you know what? We're doing it. Plus 11.5. And if you're crazy and you think the Lions will beat the Packers, you can get them for 4-1 on the money line. But we ain't doing that because I ain't that crazy. I'm just thinking they'll cover 11.5. They'll lose like 31-20. Sure, that covers it by a half point. Yeah, all right. So that's what we have. To recap, we have the footballs minus 3.5, the Saints minus 3.5, Bengals plus 2.5, Browns minus 12.5, Rams minus 3.5, Broncos minus 6, Dolphins plus 3.5, Patriots minus 6, Eagles plus 3, Steelers minus 5.5, Cardinals minus 3.5, Falcons plus 12.5, Cowboys plus 3.5, Titans plus 5.5, Chiefs minus 3.5, and Lions plus 11.5. I even forgot that I put the line. We ended up getting a good amount of underdogs that I wanted, so we good with that. Thanks for watching this episode of TTSN. If you like the picks and you want more picks, we're going to have it every week, and then hopefully we'll have a recap show come out every Monday or Tuesday. We got to get rolling here, but the only thing we can get rolling is if you hit that subscribe button. Please subscribe to the channel. Give us some more likes. Let us get the football content going. I'm Tom. Thanks for watching. Let's watch some football.